Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Tuesday evening. Welcome to Raincrest Farms Makery. I'm Robin, and you can't see him, but you might hear him, is Bill behind the camera and behind the computer. And we are a couple of crafters that like to do tutorial videos to inspire you, to give you ideas. And we are located just outside of Lewiston, Idaho. So it is 6:15 here. Some of you though, it is 7:15, 8:15, 9:15 or later, but we are so appreciative of you hanging out with us tonight, and happy first day of National Craft Month. So get your squeegees ready and do something creative every day. That's kind of our little motto. And so we're going to do something creative right now. So hop on and say hello. Let's say hi, Patty. How are you? Long time no see. We just did a little spin to win incentive in our VIP group. So some of these people I just talked to. Hi, Alana. Hi, Ken. No politics, Ken. The state of our union is a happy National Craft Month. That is the state of our union. Hey, Christy, welcome. Hey, Cheryl, welcome, welcome. So as you're popping on, you know what to do, I hope. If you have watched Facebook Lives, we would love it if you would love us, or at least like us. We would really love it if you'd follow our page. We are scratching and clawing to get to our first 1,000 followers, and it's slow but steady, but we would love to have you as one of our first 1,000. And if you are so willing, if you would share our video to your page, to a craft group you belong to, or maybe even a friend that you know that enjoys crafts, we would certainly appreciate it. And we welcome the Craft Around the Clock audience tonight. Okay, let's see.
Yes, Ken is hiding.
Ken is hiding. Okay, Christy is from Noble, Oklahoma. Welcome. Okay, this is actually part 3 of a 3-part series. So if you want to see the other 2 parts, hop on our page and go back and look at our lives or click on our videos, and you'll see our house cutouts, part 1 and part 2. This is the one we made in part 1. This set of cutouts I sell in my shop, and here is the transfer, the stencil that we have been using to decorate all 3 of these. So instead of making one really long live, I broke it into 3. So this was the first night. This is the big tall house, and it says, "Leave your worries at the door." And then on the back, it's got this little flower pattern. And so we will be doing a few little embellishments to it. I saved that for the 3rd night. Last night, we worked on the mama size house. And this one says, "Home is where our story begins," with the cute little bricks on the roof and then a striped pattern on the back. So this would make a nice little, what was the word? Assemblage. Assemblage. A grouping of things. So tonight we are going to do the little baby house, and we're going to kind of keep the same color scheme. Now, these blocks are made out of wood. They're about 3/4 of an inch wide, and they come painted white. But you can paint them, you can stain them, you can sand them down, and that's what I did on these. I kind of distressed the edges. And so to get a head start, I kind of distressed the edges on this front side already. And I'm going to, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about or haven't seen it done, I'm going to finish it up here. So I'm just taking a sanding block that I got from the Dollar Tree. Did I already say hey to Patty? Maybe, I don't know. Too many Patties. I think it was a different Patty. Hi, Patty. So I'm just taking this Dollar Tree sanding block, which you can also get at any hardware store. Probably get it at Walmart too. And I'm just taking the edges of that white paint off. And in just a moment, you're going to think, why did she do that? Because I'm going to actually paint these. But after I paint it, I don't want to sand it after I paint it and then have the white show through so much. So I am pre-sanding it. I'm going to paint it and then I'm going to give it just a quick sand after I've painted it, if that makes sense. Hopefully it will make sense. So I'm just taking that edge of the paint off. You don't have to do that. You might not like this look. You might like it to look very sharp and pristine. And that is fine. You do what you like to do. That's the good part about DIY crafting, is you can do it however you want. So I've got that edge off. And I'm going to take a paper towel. I need to get tack rags. Put tack rags on the list. Hey, Ellen from Sarasota Springs, New York.
And she said she just followed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
And Patty says, good afternoon, first time watching.
Oh, all right. Where are you?
Afternoon be?
Where are you? Well, Hawaii, maybe.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
Alaska.
Yes.
Hawaii.
So tell us where you're from, that it's afternoon, or are you just wishful thinking? Okay. So I've got this, and I'm going to get out my little cardboard so I don't make a mess. And I'm going to paint this black. And I'm going to use our Chalkology paste. This is chalk in paste form. But you can use this. I don't know if you knew. I don't know if chalk couture is new to you. But you can use our chalk paste, which is a thick paste. You can water it down and use it as a paint, like a chalk paint. So when I have a smaller project, and I'm not going to use a whole lot of it, I will water it down and make paint out of my paste. That way I know all my colors are going to match. So I just put a little bit of the paste in my lid. Great guess, Hawaii. Was I right? Awesome. Jealous. Jealous. I bet it's, let me guess. It's 70 degrees in Hawaii, right? Is it ever anything but 70 degrees in Hawaii?
I think she's our first Hawaii.
I think so.
She's our
That's
first
true.
Hawaii. So
we just need Alaska and
we need Alaska, and we still need South Dakota.
Okay, so I've got this watered down. Let me see if it's what. I'm going to water it down just a tad more. And I don't want it super, well, it's black. It's going to be dark. Okay. So let me, and I'm going to try to just do the top and bottom and not the edges. And there's a chunk of something there that I don't want. So there we go. That's looking pretty good. I did get a little on the sides, but I'm thinking I'm going to take my board eraser and I'm going to kind of clean that up if I can.
Linda Lou says it's 85 in Arizona today.
All right. Some parts of Arizona get that warm. Some get snow, I guess. Okay, and I'm also going to do,
Patty says almost 80, but always beautiful. We live here 4 to 6 months out of the winter and then back to Illinois. Oh, there's snowbirds. Okay. Yay.
Helpful hint. When your fingers get messy, clean them up. Otherwise, don't try to just be more careful because you're going to make a mess. So take a second, clean up, and then continue. So let me get this side. Again, I'm trying to not get the edges. I want to keep them white-ish. So this is going to kind of be, I mean, yeah, you don't really have black houses, but it's just going to kind of be the contrasting house to these others that are done in shades of gray and green and black. So I'm going to use my little drying tool and dry this up before I put it down. Actually, I can kind of put it right there. Dry that up. It dries really fast because it is chalk. And then we're going to put our 2 parts of the stencil that go to this size. And then we'll put some embellishments on. So what island do you live on, Patty? Do we have 3 Patties on tonight? I think we have 3 Patties on. And Ellen, what's your weather like in New York? Are you cold? Okay, so that is done. I'm going to, because I used distilled water, I can put this excess back in my jar. The distilled water keeps it from enabling any bacteria or creepy things to grow in your paste. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a little quick stir because I'm going to be using that again in a second. Okay, so I've got this done. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to paint up the little accessories, tetchapis, as somebody called them. Okay, these come with the kit, the 3 wooden things, and then you get these 3 little slimline wood cuts, and those are for the doors and windows. But I thought I'm not going to keep them wood colored. I'm going to paint them. So, and I'm going to use Storm, which is a gray color. And I'm not even going to water that down. It's very similar, but this way it'll just make everything all matchy-matchy. And I'm really only going to paint the front and the sides because the back is going to get glued on. And I'm just using straight chalk paste for this. Finish this up.
3 Patty, 2 Patty 1, and Patty 1.
All the Patties. This is the Patty Show.
That's all right. We're glad to have them.
Okay. Get that. I should have started with the edges. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get it on me anyway. Right. So what did everyone do today on their Tuesday? Do you work outside the home? Do you stay at home and work? I don't know. Tell me a little bit about you. We got some newbies on. So tell me what you do for a living. In fact, you know what? I haven't done that yet. I'm going to pull up the live on my phone so I can see comments a little closer. Okay, we have a Dawn watching. Thanks for hopping on. Say hello. And these little pieces. Little pieces. Okay, so again, I'm just painting these little pieces. These are the doors and windows for this kit, and I'm just painting them in our Storm color. We like it a lot, have been to Kauai, which is like a mini big island, and been to Oahu. Oh yeah, we have visited Oahu, and we have visited the Big Island.
Oahu is too busy for us too. I think if we ever get the chance to go back, I'd like to go to Kauai.
It's very beautiful, but just a lot of people in Oahu because it is like the main tourist place.
That's why we moved to Idaho.
We don't have to be around people. Okay, Cindy says she's home most of the time. Took up painting last year, like oil painting or acrylic toll painting. You took the day off to wait for the repairman. Did he come? Did he come or are you still waiting? Okay, so those are mostly dry. I'm going to let them continue to dry and I'm going to get back to work on this. Now, what I'm going to do, remember I told you I kind of pre-sanded these edges, but I went ahead and painted over them, and now I'm going to just go through and take off that edge again so that it's not black straight up to the edge, but I'm back down to the wood. If I hadn't pre-sanded, I would be having a lot of that white showing through that I was trying to avoid. So that's why I kind of pre-sanded my edges.
Cindy says she started with acrylic painting.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get that in. Nope, that's not in the picture. Okay.
I used to do toll painting long ago. And I started it because in Riverside there was a store. I don't even remember the name of the store, but they sold all kinds of toll painting supplies and all kinds of toll painting surfaces and wood pieces. And once I started, not because I started, but once I started, they went out of business. And we didn't have Amazon back then, and there just really wasn't a whole lot of supplies that I could get locally. So that kind of went by the wayside, but I did a little bit of toll painting. Okay.
Patty says they've been helping their son with his work there on the island. Lana says the guy showed up and he fixed a worn out valve and it only cost $50, and that
Woo.
comes out of your emergency fund. Yay!
Yay! Good for you. Okay.
And Cindy says she dabbles. Cheryl says she dabbles with acrylics too.
Cheryl, you dabble with a lot of things, don't you? You are just a consummate dabbler. Okay, so because I just painted this and I'm going to be putting a sticky transfer on it, I don't want the stickiness to pull up my paint. So I'm going to wax my surface, and ordinarily, you know what? I keep knocking off my glue gun. Ordinarily, I use my surface wax. This is a clear paste wax. How am I doing on time? This is a clear paste wax. It's odorless. It works great, but it's out of stock right now. So I'm not gonna use it if you can't use it. So I'm going to use my CUTOUT dark wax. This is a dark paste wax. This I believe I got off of Amazon, but I have seen it in craft stores. It is just a paste wax, but it's got a really dark pigment to it. So it's going to give this kind of an antiqued look. And where it's going to look antiqued is these edges, because I don't think it's going to show up on the black, and that's okay. But I'm waxing, it works as a wax, so I'm waxing that surface. And here, I don't know if you can see, it just kind of puts a little bit of color on that white. If you like the stark white, then you would use clear wax.
So what was the name of that wax? What are you?
This is Howard CUTOUT dark wax. But I know there's other brands.
And you got it on
I'm
Amazon?
pretty sure I got it on Amazon. There's probably a product link on our page and under guides for it. But again, I would say any of the bigger craft stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, maybe Joann's, would have dark. You're just looking for paste wax, dark paste wax. I don't know if this would even be in a hardware store, because I know they sell paste wax. I just don't know if they sell the dark.
This is here.
Hey, Sissa, welcome.
And Ellen said, it's 20s with a lot of snow on the ground.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I put wax on, and now I'm buffing it off because I don't want it too waxy or my paste won't stick. So Yes.
Patty said, can you use like a clear car wax?
I would think so. I don't know. You know more about car wax than I do.
My thought is the new car waxes are more polymers than they are wax. And I'm thinking that if it was a paste wax, it would probably work the same. But if it was one of those wipe-on buff-offs, probably not. Because they're a polymer. But this would, the whole idea is that you're making an easy to release surface, and she buffs it down to where it's extremely thin.
Yeah. And I'm also going to, because I'm going to actually chalk on these two. I'm going to give them just a little bit of wax. Come on. Painted it to the surface.
And Teresa says hello.
Hello.
Teresa Adams is on with us.
Oh. And Ellen is here. I didn't see an Ellen. Maybe you greeted Ellen. Welcome, Ellen.
She's what's it like in New York?
Oh, she's the New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's upstate New York.
Okay.
And I think we lost Christy from Oklahoma.
Okay. Oh.
She said she was from Noble, Oklahoma. I think that's south of Norman. It's around Norman, I think. My mom grew up in Oklahoma City, and I still have relatives in Choctaw. So
Okay, so what I'm doing is I am pulling off our transfer. This is self-adhesive, so the green parts are sticky, and these are silkscreen transfers, so they're not exactly like stencils, because in stencils, the openings are open, and these openings here are actually a super fine mesh screen, which makes these things amazing. We can get amazing detail out of these. However, because they're so sticky, especially when they're new, I kind of need to tone down the stickiness. So I take a towel and it's what we call fuzzing it. So I'm just putting some lint on the sticky part.
So while you're doing that, Sissa said, what cuteness are you making tonight?
We are making the third house in our series. And I'm holding it up because I can actually see light through this transfer, and I'm just making sure it's centered. And this says this is the house Love built. So I'm pushing this down to make sure there's no air bubbles. And I am going to chalk with our eucalyptus, which is the green color we've used here and here. So we're kind of making this all coordinate. So I'm going to take a squeegee and I'm going to take just a little bit of my chalk paste and I'm going to just drag it over the surface of that silkscreen transfer. And it's going to push that paste through to the surface. Got a little bubble there. I might have a bleeder there.
Patty says she followed and shared your crafting.
Thank you so much.
And Teresa asked, are those the new houses?
Yes, these are the new houses. These are the set of 3. And we retired the old houses. Oh, it didn't bleed. Awesome. I saw a little pokey part. Okay, so this is the house Love built. So pretty. So I'm putting that on a dish drying mat that I got from the dollar store, Dollar Tree. And I'm not quite ready to clean it yet, but I'm going to spray it with water just so that paste stays a little wet, because it will make my cleaning job easier if I haven't let the paste dry. Not impossible, just easier if it's still a little wet. So I'm going to give this a quick, quick dry. 20 minutes. I always feel like I bite off more than I can chew because I have a time limit when we're sharing with Craft Around the Clock. And I hate to be so rushed, but I want you to see the whole thing. Okay, so this is dry. Once it's dry, it's smudge and budge proof. It doesn't just rub off. If I scratched at it, yeah, it would come off. but it's dry. But just to be sure it's completely dry, I'm going to put it on a towel. And the pattern that goes with this is, did we ever figure out what this pattern is called?
I did not.
I don't know if it's like a herringbone, not really a herringbone. It kind of makes cubes. It's kind of a optical illusion. It kind of makes cubes.
Alana said, are those available yet? She went online in
Yes.
her math office and couldn't find them.
Yes, they are available. Well, it won't do. You could comment. You could comment houses. Anybody who's interested in this set can comment houses, and my bot will send you a link to my online store, and you can take a look at prices and all of that. And
Actually,
Alana, since you can at least look up the title, what it's called, or maybe even the stock number. But if you just type in house cutouts in the back office, you should get to it.
yeah, Teresa already won. Teresa typed in
Oh,
are those
on
new
purpose?
houses and it popped up.
Woohoo! You were the
There
first
it
one.
is.
Okay, and for this, I'm going to use the storm. So this side I used the green eucalyptus, and this side I'm going to use the storm, the gray. A little more. And Alana, if you still can't find it, let me know and I will help you. I will help you find it. I can send you a cart link too for designers if you need me to. Okay. And I got that down. I cleaned off any excess. I'm putting it back in my jar because I can use that. And I'm gonna peel it up. Ooh, so pretty.
I am glad you did the black background. That looks nice.
Looks good. Looks good. Looks kind of African-y or something. You know, the African bold patterns, batik or something like that. Okay. So let's give this a quick dry. And then we will do our little doors and windows. Ken, stay on. Ken, are you there? Or did you switch back over to...
No, Ken is there.
Is he there?
Yeah.
He's just
It's
quiet?
Yeah, I told you that we wanted to go next time. I'd like to go to Hawaii. Apparently that's where Greg gets other list. So I think maybe we'll just go visit Greg.
Did you see Teresa's comment? We might want to keep that in mind.
Let's see. You can see the word certified at the words
I think the logo.
showing on the screen. Oh. So you had it's not showing on my. What do you mean you're eating? What are you eating?
Okay. So we are done with this one. So I have this side. This is the house Love built, and this little pattern on the back. What am I doing?
I'm just telling you I'm shifting back.
Okay. Here we go. So let me do the doors and windows. So I have got. I'm getting a bunch of stuff up here.
What is Qbert? Oh, that's the game that used to be played on the Qbert was a game that you would jump on the three-dimensional blocks.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Okay, so I'm going to do a window. Just a little 4-pane window. And there's not a lot of sticky on this because there's just those two little lines. So I'm going to line that up and make sure, oops, you know what? I think I'd do better to do it this way.
Ken, I got to get you up here to do some salmon fishing with me. You can make your own salmon patties. I lost you. Where'd you go? There you are.
Okay. So this is this is the tall door. And again, there's, you know what? I'm not even going to fuzz it because there's just a couple little spots. I just a couple little spots that are gonna stick. So I'm gonna need that stickiness. In fact, I'm gonna kind of stick it down to the, no, that won't work. Okay. And then here is our medium-sized door. And again, I'm not going to fuzz it because there's just not enough to stick. And I think I'm going to do these in black. What did I do with my black squeegee? I already put it away. Get a new one. Okay, so I'm going to use my black velvet.
We're not the crazy ones. Teresa said she was having the subtitles come up on hers.
Uh-oh. Sometimes those are annoying, especially if they don't translate correctly. Normally when I say choc couture, it comes up chocolate tour.
Chocolate?
Chocolate tour. Okay.
You wouldn't mind going on a chocolate tour.
Let's see how this goes.
I remember us going on a cruise every once in a while. There you go.
There we go.
Going on a cruise every once in a while, and you would.
Oh yes,
chocolate
fountain.
Chocolate fountain and everything else.
Okay, there's that door.
Death by Chocolate.
And that door.
Well, we had that
so
in Hawaii,
cute.
didn't we? Death by Chocolate.
Death by Chocolate. No, that was a
Death by
cruise.
Strawberries.
That was, we had Death by Strawberries in Hawaii. Where was that? At Hard Rock?
On Oahu.
Okay, so
With the boys.
I'm drying these up, and again, I'm not quite ready to clean these, so I'm going to get them wet. We're down to 15 minutes. I think I can do it.
Thanks, Ken.
I'm going to finish letting those dry.
We sent you another 50 stars.
Thank you. Not 17? Have you replenished?
He must have replenished. He's just trying to prepay his hotel stay.
You and Alana better not be having a Star Wars. Okay, so let me clean this up. Get this out of the way, put my lids back on, and then we will get to, oh, I forgot to tell you, I pre-painted this. I had a little red heart bead because we are going to actually put a heart on here, but I didn't want it red, so I pre-painted it in the storm color. So I didn't do that on camera, but I wanted you to know about it. So let's see, this one, I thought home is where our story begins, and I have this cute little key. It's a pendant from Hildy and Joe, which is something that Joanne sells. I don't know if any other hobby stores sell it, but it's a cute little pendant. It's a little key, and I thought that would be cute, just hanging on the side there. So we're going to use a little bit of jute twine, and I'm going to actually tack down the edges. And I'm back to my Dollar Tree glue gun. Have you seen the Dollar Tree glue gun that is $1? I was skeptical. Wouldn't you be skeptical of a glue gun at the Dollar Tree? You don't generally buy appliance type things. But I bought one. I thought, what can I lose but $1? I like it. It's little, so you kind of have to be able to manipulate.
See anything? Yeah, I guess
what I'm doing. I'm just kind of gluing that edge because I don't. It's got that peaked roof, and I don't want it to slide off.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm going.
So since it says adorable, and Teresa says she loves the colors. She loves it.
Now, these aren't everybody's colors, but these are my colors. So, like I said, that's the good part about DIY crafting is you can do whatever works for you. So I'm going to snip that off. So I've got just a little thing there, and I'm going to make this kind of long, and I'm going to tack this in here and slide this through here and tie that on.
Patty says, absolutely, I would be skeptical about a glue tool
Yeah,
from Dollar
well,
Tree.
somebody had said, yeah, mine exploded or caught on fire or something, but I have used it quite a few times, and it doesn't get screaming hot, but it does the job. It gets hot enough to melt the glue. The only thing I don't like is it takes those little skinny mini glue sticks, which if you're doing a bigger project, you are replacing those glue sticks quite often.
So, sort of a little off the subject, but where'd you get the key? Because that didn't come with a kit. Where'd you get that key?
I had said it. I got it from Joann's, the fabric store. It's from their jewelry department. It's meant to be like you wear it on a necklace. Oh. So I've got my little key hanging from a little bow. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then I wasn't going to put anything fancy on this except the doors and windows. This I was going to put my little storm colored heart. Will that look cute?
And so that was that red heart, like
yes.
you have
And this was from a pack of wood. This was from a pack of wood beads that I had at Valentine's Day. It's kind of big and chunky, but that's okay. Okay. So because this is the house Love built, get it? Love.
I get it.
So it's got the little heart. Okay. And I wasn't going to put anything on this. I might end up going back and tying just a little jute bow and just putting it in there. I don't know. And let's see, this one and this one, we're going to get the doors and windows. Okay, so I think I'm going to put that one there.
Linda Lou says that Michaels carries something like that also, the key.
Okay, do they? Oh, yeah, Michaels does have a lot of jewelry supplies.
Move the doors just like an eighth of an inch off the bottom.
Up?
Yeah, just a little bit like that. I wonder if that wouldn't look a little more natural.
Okay. So what do we think?
I like that better.
Okay. So these come with the kit. These come with the wood cutout kit.
The pieces of wood.
These little pieces of wood. The heart shape did not.
That's because they have the stencil that matches them too.
Yes. Yeah. And it comes with these little double-sided adhesive tapes, but I'm just gonna I got my glue gun out. I'm just going to glue them on. So that's what this one's going to get, a door and a window. And this one is going to get a door. How about right there? Okay. Awesome. So again, if you like this set and you're interested in the transfers to do all of these different designs, the stripes, the words, the little florals, the whatever this pattern is, if somebody knows what it is,
the Hubert pattern.
Hubert. Okay. If you're interested in this, type houses in the comments and my bot will send you a link. If you're interested in shopping the catalog, type in shop and we'll get you that information. And I have just enough time because I've got to show you how easy it is to clean up our transfers. These are meant to be reusable. The company guarantees that you can reuse them 10 to 12 times, but you have to maintain them. So you need to clean them as soon as you're done. Don't wait too long because that just makes your job harder. And I like to spray it with water first. I like to use a paper towel, or I discovered these. These are called Swedish dishcloths. I got these online. Some stores have them. But what I'm going to do, it is like a reusable paper towel. It's thick, but it doesn't fall apart. You know how a paper towel is falling apart after one use, no matter what the commercials say. So I just take this and I get that initial layer of paste off. Now this is optional. You don't have to do the paper towel thing. I just found that it saves wear and tear on my board eraser, which I'm going to bring out next to show you. So I've just got the bulk of that paste off. They're not clean yet, but I have this much less to deal with my board eraser. Now this is my well-used, well-loved board eraser, and it still has a little life in it, but because it is day one of a National Craft Month, I am going to retire it. Actually, it's going to go live by my kitchen sink to be used there, and I'm going to get out myself a new board eraser.
How special.
Small pleasures. So this is a brand new board eraser.
Okay. Teresa said she sprinkled. Thank
you so
Linda
much.
Lou says paint the door red for good luck and
Ooh.
feng shui.
I could, it's a thing.
It's a
I have
thing.
to if I have
And then
time, I'll tell you the story.
Patty says she loves those Swedish gift cloths. So we
Good.
found somebody that uses them.
Good. Yes, I just discovered them last month, January.
Teresa wants to know where your spinning wheel is.
It's down here. It had a workout about an hour ago. Okay, so now I'm using this board eraser. It's kind of like the same composition as a magic eraser, but there's no chemicals because you don't want to use chemicals on these. It will break down the adhesive, and you don't want that. So front and back, my objective is to get the paste out of that silk screen
Let me go back to that one.
and
I
remove.
didn't get to show them the
I don't know whose hair that is.
good cleanup.
So
I forgot to shift it. Too bad.
front and back, getting that paste out of the screen. And these are wonderful at really grabbing a hold of that paste and pulling it out of the screen. Now, some of our colors, especially the black and sometimes the storm and the red, are very highly pigmented, and they will stain the green part of this transfer, but that doesn't matter. That's just, it just kind of makes it look a little funky. But as long as you can clean out the paste out of the screen, you are good to go.
Patty says she got her Swedish cloth from Mighty Nest. You ever heard of
Is that-
Mighty Nest?
Is that a store or an online store, or is that like a brick and mortar store?
Never heard of that one before.
I've not heard of
Our
it.
first ones we got at the
Container store.
Container Store in Las Vegas when we went down there for
Leadership.
leadership meeting.
Okay, so I've got this all cleaned out. You can kind of see on these black ones, they're a little stained, but that's okay. I have all the paste out of the screen. I'm going to leave them sticky side up. Ideally, you let them air dry. Once they're dry, see, when they're wet, they're not sticky. Once it dries, the sticky will return, and you put them back on their backer sheet that you have saved, and then you put it in its little cellophane house, and it's ready to go the next time you want to use it. So, okay,
We got 1 minute, baby.
1 minute. If you have any questions,
Patty
leave
said
them
that-
for me.
It's on, so I'm thinking she said online.
Okay.
And Ken wants to know, is that an apron you have on?
This is an apron I have on that I made with another one of our transfers,
That was
blessed
just an
beyond
apron.
measure.
Was that, how much do you pay for that at
This
IKEA?
was either $2.99 or $3.99.
Something
It's
cheap.
ridiculously
And then you
cheap.
just put it together.
Okay, so here is our little set, and I'll probably add some little greenery or something, but this is my little assemblage of our block houses. It's my little grouping of block houses that I'm going to have right by my door, because leave your troubles, leave your worries at the door, and then don't go back out and get them. So thanks so much for joining us. If you want to see when we made these first two, they're on our page. Just click and look at the lives. And we would love it if you would follow us. And keep an eye out for our next live. We go kind of pretty much every day. So I think that's it. We're out of time. Thank you so much. We loved having you, and I hope we inspired you to do something creative every day. And it's still today, so get to getting. Okay, bye-bye.